Hey everyone, it's me, the Afro Hamurai. I'm here with another season to taste. We've got this sample again. And we got RC-20 here, and we're going to see what RC-20 does to the sound when I just leave it as it is. So let's hear it. I'm going to go through each of these bits because RC-20 is actually really deep compared to a lot of the other things that I have. So let's go through it together. The first we have is noise here. Now, noise can go between different types of vinyls. It looks like different types of basically different types of any sort of noise that you would think you'd want to add in. I quite like sticking to either vinyl or going for the tube or radio or VHS. And they all sound pretty cool. If I turn these other modules off and I give you an example of what VHS sounds like. Next, we have wobble. You will pretty much know what this does because you can see it says wow and flutter, but basically it will do random shifts to your pitch. So if I turn this up quite a bit, just so you can hear it really clearly. You have distortion, which if I turn these two off, I'm going to let you have a listen to. Digital is what it does. See, if I just jump straight in, it makes the video a lot better, doesn't it? Yeah. You also have space. Which, if you know about me, is my favorite bit, just because it means I get to have a reverb straight within here without necessarily having to worry about using a separate reverb and routing it correctly within the effect. And then you have magnetic. Now, here's one thing quite unique about RC-20, and that's how it deals with mix. So normally with plugins, you'll have mix, which is like how much of the effect is there or not. And essentially what it's doing is it's taking the fully dry signal and it will add in some of the fully wet signal to a certain amount. So at 50-50, you have 50% of the fully wet, 50% of fully dry, and so on and so forth. With RC-20, it uses something called magnitude. Now, to explain it, I've reset up the preset Vinyl 1. You'll see that all of these have been turned up to certain amounts, and they have little white lines to tell you how far up they are. If I turn magnitude down, it's not necessarily mixing everything. It's more changing the amount of each of these effects. So it's like a big macro control. Now, at 0, it is like effectively bypassed. But as I turn it up, it really smoothly transitions into being fully wet, essentially. If you make a lot of lo-fi sort of stuff or vaporwavy sort of stuff and you want to add a little bit of nostalgia into your tracks, I would suggest it just because it is a one-stop shop. Like thinking about all of the stuff it has in it, you'd kind of need to have a lot of plugins. The only plugin I can think that comes close to being as sort of like versatile and all-encompassing as this is Super VHS by Baby Audio. But then Super VHS only really does emulation of VHS. So for example, with my exact usage, to get everything I would want to use in here, I'd need Isotope Vinyl, Super VHS, likely reels as well, maybe even cassette thrown in there, whereas RC-20 is at least wide enough that it fills in most of what those things need to do. I'm not sure what other plugins to talk about. I think I'm going to talk about a free plugin next, so, you know, stick around for that. Cool.